Hey, what's up guys? Mr. Freecoiner coming back to you again today. I hope everybody's doing well and you are taking care of yourselves. Before I get too far, I do want to say that I'm not a financial analyst. I'm simply sharing my thoughts and opinions, so please only take it as that. Now, that being said, of course, as you can see here, volumes are not uh, especially high, but they are not in the dumpster, so that is always a good thing. What I find a little odd, though, the price here is always a bit different from what you see on the exchanges. If we go here, so here it's showing XRP at 32 cents, which is actually coming back up a little bit from it is up a little bit from where I saw it just a minute ago. But here it's still like it's 34 cents, but not that it really matters. Just seems that XRP charts is a little bit behind. Something I wanted to kind of touch on a little bit here is this whole situation with BSV and BCH, because actually what was initially delisting BSV is now kind of turning into a BCH thing. Now, I personally do not own any of these. I mean, it's probably like far less than a penny, because in the past I have gone through these currencies before to get others. But either way, I really feel for the people who are holding bags of this, because really, these are just the announcements, and the action is yet to come. So it'll be interesting to see how all of this really turns out. Yeah, if they start delisting both of these, leaving Bitcoin, yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. I will say that. And honestly, I really don't know how to feel about it. This particular guy here, he says, unpopular opinion, delisting coins is satisfying short term, but ultimately bad. It's giving the perception that exchanges are king makers or legitimizers. Legitimatizers? I don't know. They are not. All right. So, yeah, like I said, I really don't know how to feel about this. Is it do the exchange, or rather should exchanges just delist depending on how they feel? But honestly though, it can be seen in both directions. I think Craig Wright doing what he's doing is really not cool. And these exchanges have every right to list or delist something as they feel, because as coins are coming out, not all exchanges just automatically list them. So, there's a process that they have to go through to even consider it. Not every coin is on every exchange. So, I mean, personally, I feel as though they have every right to delist BSV and Bitcoin Cash if they don't feel it necessarily meets their requirements, or whatever it is that they feel. But at the same time, is it morally good? Hey, that remains to be seen. But like I said, as far as the, kind of the hard-edged, yes or no, should they or should they not, just kind of on a logical basis. Well, yeah, obviously they have every right to delist or list something, as they choose. So, hey, it is what it is. Okay, so I do want to talk about Mr. McAfee. So he has, I think that here it didn't come out. Is it in here? Well, anyway, from what I have read, he is saying that Joel Katz is Satoshi. Now, I don't know if that's what he actually said or not. I just saw that on Twitter, but he is saying that he is going to out Mr. Satoshi. Let's see here. I'll read this first one here. The founder, John McAfee, on Satoshi Nakamoto, the founder of McAfee Associates, stated that he would narrow down on the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto until he reveals Satoshi himself. Otherwise, he would reveal his identity to the crypto community. He also spoke about how he knows about Satoshi to read about it. Click here. Now, I'm not obviously going to click there, but yeah, like I said, I find this kind of interesting. And again, someone said that it was someone tweeted that he said it was Joel Katz, which would be David Schwartz. So, hey, who knows? We'll see. We shall see. If that is the case, yeah, I kind of feel bad for those Bitcoin guys. They will be. It's kind of like Luke finding out Darth Vader is his father. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. I mean, not for us, but for them. But either way, it would be very entertaining to see how that all plays out. Oh man, the crypto world. Okay, Ripple-backed XRPL Labs releases XRPayments on Play Store and App Store. Now, I have installed this. Pretty cool. A little bit of a, process. Nothing difficult at all, but I felt like, hey, let me just go ahead and go through the process and see how it is. So not bad yet. I'll just have to use it to see how it actually works, how I like it. We'll see about this, but either way, it's out there. If you guys want to just go ahead and start using it, like I said, it is out there. You'll have to create a channel ID. It'll walk you through the process. Nothing difficult, like I said. So pretty interesting. Might want to go ahead and check that out. All right. Ripple XRP jumps 4% after a month-long bearish action. What's next? Well, as I was talking about the price earlier, yeah, it did kind of go up a little bit. I think we were sitting just under, physically 34 cents, but it has since kind of cooled off a little bit and come back down. So, as I always say, these things I don't really even pay attention to. I think this is more of a distraction than anything right now. Just really kind of focusing on what we can do, as individuals to kind of help this process kind of spread knowledge about XRP, is really a good thing. But focusing on the price right now, hey, it's really not going to get us anywhere. Again, as I've always said, the price is going to do what it's going to do. So do not worry about it. Let's just, kind of focus on what's at hand and do whatever we can. I mean, that's why I continue to make videos. That's the reason why a lot of the YouTube and content creators do so as well, I would assume. So, it is what it is. I mean, I know every morning I have kind of a process that I go through as I'm driving to work. I typically listen to Miss Airy, and I'll listen to what is it? The Working Money channel. He actually has some very good content. He typically kind of goes more through the whole math portion of how things can go and stuff. Very interesting stuff that a lot of times he comes up with. So that's kind of my process. By then, if I get 2 of them in, I'm usually at work by then. So anyway, that's kind of where I am with it. But again, I don't really pay attention to these minor little bumps in price. Let's just focus on what we can do. If you can tweet, looking for articles or whatever, because again, guys, my thought on it is we are in a very, very special place right now. So just understand that. I mean, I really feel like we're the only ones right now. Whoever's in this, by the time that bull run hits, after the fact, it's going to be a totally different thing. So let's just focus on what we can do. Is just my my outlook on it. All right. So that was really about it. Now, I do also want to talk about the whole diversification thing, guys. I'm, as you all know, I have a kind of a different outlook on a lot of these things. And and mostly it's because of my experience, of course, going through the military, doing some of the things that I've done. And what I kind of try to consider is where everyone is, because I know how when people say certain things, how it makes me feel. If you have someone kind of telling you, oh, I have this, I have that, I have 100,000 of these, and I'm all this and that, you know what, I mean, hey, great for you. But a lot of times, most of us out here are really struggling to get a few XRP, and now you're being told that, hey, why don't you try this and that? Well, you may not have time, or you may not have the extra money, or maybe you did everything you could to get what, the amount of XRP you have in a safe place, and now you're being told that, hey, invest in this because this and that. I mean, sometimes we don't necessarily want to hear how well someone else is doing. And I hate to put it like that, but it's just the truth, because it doesn't necessarily, it's not like, you're hating on that person, but it's like, man, it makes you feel bad because you want to go and do that too, but you can't. We're all in different places in our lives, and, in our financial lives, and just, things that we are able to do at the current moment. So that's the reason why, guys, you don't hear me talking about what I have and all of this stuff. I'm going to tell you, I'm just like everybody else out there. I'm struggling every day to make the right decisions. And that is the honest truth. I've made a lot of mistakes that still affect me today, and I'll make more mistakes. I've done everything that I can to put myself in myself and my wife in the best position that I can. I constantly have to, reassure my wife that, hey, this is a great investment. I've done all I can, and at this point, I'm just waiting. We're waiting, just like everybody else. Yeah, I mean, I I want to kind of tell you guys some of the other things that I've done, and I haven't made a huge amount of money on anything that I've done. Especially well, I'll say recently. But I've played around with investing in this and that, and I can tell you that the cred or the LBA coin has made me a little bit of cash here and there, because it's been on kind of an up and down. And if you do watch it, you can kind of see how it's moving and catch it on the down, and watch it come up. It's actually pretty readable for anyone who's kind of a novice at it, and really don't understand, or just don't, if you don't have a whole lot of knowledge on how to trade. I mean, it's probably one of the easier coins to read. Okay, so, and now a little more on that. Typically, what I've seen with cred is that when XRP is not doing well, or kind of on a downtrend, cred is usually up. Whereas, and then there's the inverse. When you see XRP kind of going up, cred usually is a bit down, which, I've bought on those little bit of low sides, and like I said, I've sold on the higher sides. But again, guys, I haven't had, you know, super extreme uh, fortune in dealing with this. What I have really staked my future on is how well XRP is going to do, and a few other coins that I've heavily invested in, and that's it. Just like the rest of you. Again, I know the positions that a lot of us are in, and I'm not gonna come on here and make you feel like you're missing out on anything. Okay, I don't think that's fair. If, as content creators out here, I think we should really be conscious of the things that we're saying to you guys, or just putting out there, because all in all, this is a single person speaking to a lot of people. And normally when you have that kind of situation, the people that we're speaking to kind of look up to us, and there's a huge responsibility that we have to everyone basically following us. We have a responsibility to you guys to make sure that we are saying the right things, saying things and being very considerate, to what's going on in everybody's life. Of course, we can't take into consideration for everything, but we can always do a lot better. So I don't know. I didn't mean to go on too much of a rant there, guys, but that's just how I feel about it. You can definitely tell me how you feel, but again, I'm always going to make sure the content I put out there, I am going to try my best to always take everyone into consideration. So that's really about it. Again, I really appreciate you guys. Also, the last time I checked, I was at I think it was a little over 3,100 subscribers. Guys, I'm telling you right now. All right, I'm a country boy from Nacogdoches, Texas. Okay, I've gone a long way. I came from there. Went to the military, went to the Air Force. I was there for 4 years. I moved to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I was, had the fortune of someone actually seeing me in a nightclub, okay, and asking me to come to their office so I can become a fashion model. I did that for nearly 20 years. I had the fortune of getting into the technology, arena, which I'm kind of fed up with now. But I've had a lot of good fortune, and now, nothing spectacular again, but I've been able to make kind of a good life for myself, like a lot of you guys out there. And then at the kind of later on in my life, I've had relationships and whatnot. I was able to meet a wonderful, wonderful woman who really looks out for me and all that stuff. So I'll tell you guys, even though XRP hasn't really taken off and I'm not the most wealthy person in the world, I still have my family. I have so much to be thankful for, guys. So that's why whenever I end a video, I always say to you, God bless, because that is the best thing I can kind of impart on everyone. Hey, always God bless you, and I personally would love to see everyone be where you all want to be, guys. So before I leave, make sure, guys, if you have not already done so, please hit that subscribe button, also that like button, and hit that post notification button so you know that Mr. Free Coiner has posted again. Until next time, guys, this has been Mr. Free Coiner. Take care of yourselves, and God bless.